The Memphis Grizzlies have certainly embarrassed themselves over the past few years. They've unquestionably turned themselves into something of a laughingstock in the NBA. It all started with Jaren Jackson's tweet about strength in numbers, followed by Dylan Brooks' dynasty talks, John Morant's remarks about the Western Conference, and culminating in their most recent first-round exit. So Devin Booker is most likely next in line. As talented and lethal as he is, his reputation will always be associated with that Game 7 defeat after insulting Luka. The Luka special will always be remembered. The master of flops, Dennis Schroeder, will likely come after him. This man repeatedly flails about like a shock-sized, clueless champion. Embarrassing as these actions may be, one individual rises above them all. When he observes all this humiliating activity, one man tells everyone to hold my beer. This is the one and only man. You've probably already heard and seen the beginning of the Markieff and Jokic narrative. But in case you haven't, let me give you the gist of what transpired. The Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets played a basketball match in November of 2021. Unfortunately for the South Beach team, Jokic and his crew owned the night. With just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter and a comfortable 17-point lead, the Nuggets had a 99.9% probability of winning the game, according to ESPN. Markieff, like the rest of us, knew his team had lost, but he still decided to attempt to salvage a moral victory. You see, Markieff wanted to commit a take foul on Jokic as he brought the ball up the court to stop the fast break. It's not like that would have changed the outcome in any case, but he added a little extra to the foul. If you look closely, you can see that he actually elbowed Jokic in the midsection for no apparent reason. I'll tell you what, that hurts, fellas. Even though Markieff is a 6'9" athlete weighing 245 pounds, Jokic is the bigger man, and an elbow like that would hurt anyone. To make matters worse, Markieff simply turned around as if nothing had happened. He elbowed someone and then just turned around. Naturally, Jokic didn't take kindly to it and returned the favor. Markieff ended up curled up in a fetal position on the ground. I could delve into more details about the situation and discuss who is right and who is wrong, but I believe Shaquille O'Neal hit the nail on the head when he shouted, "Get him, Shaq," didn't he? In a video clip, Shaquille O'Neal says, "It's called retaliation, Ernie." It is indeed. First of all, don't turn around after you hit me. Brad Miller, don't turn around because I'm swinging. Don't go the other way. Either take it in front of you or take it behind you. I have no issue with what the Joker did because, as a big guy, you have to touch a little guy when he attacks you. Anyway, Jokic was subsequently ejected from the game, and it seems that key Miami Heat players then waited outside the Nuggets locker room, looking for further confrontation. We all know it was just a staged tough guy scene, and nothing was actually going to happen. Since the Malice in the Palace incident, I'm quite certain. In any case, what followed was a massive Twitter battle between Marcus and Markieff versus the Jokic brothers. Markieff referred to Jokic as a fat boy, while Marcus essentially called Jokic a coward who waited until his brother turned his back. That statement by Marcus is baffling. Did he even watch the clip, for example? Markieff, his own brother, essentially turned away immediately. The Morris brothers' mother presumably asked them to stop after the verbal conflict had apparently continued for a little while longer. The story essentially ended at that point. After that, I assumed nothing significant was going to occur. You know, the whole story recently resurfaced on a podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and Markieff had this to say about it. He took another shot. I remarked, when you get, they call it snup in the loss. We gonna get his though. Oh my god, guys. Markieff has been dwelling on it for nearly 2 years now since the incident. Did he just threaten Nikola Jokic, if I'm not mistaken? Is this man genuinely trying to incite conflict with the Jokic brothers, or was he merely acting tough? Either way, I found it rather embarrassing. He should have spoken up for himself and stated that everything had already happened. Oh, and before I forget, Matt Barnes needs to improve as a podcaster and should have called Markieff out, because he blatantly seemed unaware of what had occurred and simply agreed with Markieff's statements as if they were the gospel or something. You and Jokic got into a fight. How did you act? You either fouled him or you hit him on the screen. Like, come on guys, Barnes must have seen what we did.